Hey guys, it's Kathy here, and I have a remake of my Mon Amour album from last year that I'm really excited to share. This is the original Mon Amour album. I'll give you a quick peek here inside. I'm not going to go into detail about this original album because I have a video on my channel already of this finished album, so please check that out if you haven't already. And I've remade this with one of my all-time favorite Graphic45 collections, the Ladies Diary collection. And what's really exciting is that I used the 12x12 collector's edition pack to remake this album. So this collector's edition pack is still available, and it has the sticker sheet, the decorative chipboard tags, and then 24 sheets of the 12x12 papers. And that was enough to recreate this album, so that was a really exciting thing. So, a few details here before I go into this remake. The Mon Amour tutorial is in my Etsy shop. It comes in both PDF and video tutorial, start to finish. I just want you to be aware that I do have a Ladies Diary album tutorial in my shop, but it is for a completely different album. So if you want to remake the Mon Amour with the Ladies Diary collection, you're going to need to be looking for the Mon Amour tutorial. So that's going to again have a picture of this album, but we'll be remaking it with this collection. And if you've already purchased the Mon Amour tutorial, I'm going to add a video into the video folder and talk about how I cut some of these papers for the embellishment on the outside and get into a little bit more detail about the various supplies and things that I used. I made a few modifications on paper sizes on the inside, but it was really only one or two modifications, so I'll cover that too if you want to recreate it exactly as I've done. So I'll show you here the outside of the covers. I have cut the main image here from the signature sheet and pieced the papers together as I did in the original album. I've done a lot of fussy cutting here of the clock and the flower images on the papers, and used a leather band with the Tim Holtz hitch fastener as in the original. These are stickers from the sticker sheet in the collection, and I've used some gold specialty paper here. I've matted quite a few images and stickers throughout the album on that gold paper, and this has some dimensional adhesive behind it. I added some white feathers here, and this flower and leaves behind it is a Recollections flower. I used lace trim here on the side, and then this trim is kind of like a fringy trim, and it's kind of gray, it's almost taupe colored, but thought it went well with the colors in the papers. I did use a velvet paper on the two spines, and it's embossed with an embossing folder as in the original. And then a chipboard tag here with some seam binding off of a ring fastener here on the spine. On the back, I've used some tan velvet ribbon here on both sides, and then a couple of the stickers from the collection, again on that gold specialty paper and cardstock here on the center. And then you'll notice I've also sewn just the outside of the covers as I did in the Mon Amour album. That's the only part of this album that's sewn, and you don't have to sew it if you don't want to. So we'll go ahead and take a look on the inside here. First, on the inside of this cover, I've cut out one of the images in the clock and flowers again, and then I've used a sticker from the sticker sheet in this collection, and I matted it on ivory cardstock. So when I first started planning out the remake, I decided to add some ivory cardstock on the inside of some of the flaps and on the back of the tags. I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough of the papers to fully remake the album, but I did, and I actually had 5 full sheets of the collection left over and then lots of smaller pieces of the collection. So if you don't want to use ivory cardstock like I did, you can use the actual papers from the collection on the inside of the flaps where I've used it, and you'll be fine. You'll have plenty of paper left. So on this side, on the inside of the flap, I've got another one of the large images here from the papers and cut more of the flowers and the clock. And then I've used another sticker from the sticker sheet, and I matted this one on a green cardstock and then cut out a flower here. Just slides behind the pocket. And then we'll open this all the way up. And we'll start up here on this flap feature. This is a trim that I purchased at Hobby Lobby, and I've used all antique gold embellishments throughout the album, so an antique gold brad, and that's that gold specialty paper. I used a Martha Stewart circle punch punch through that gold paper and just to kind of ground this smaller antique brad here. And then this is an antique gold buckle. This is Paper Studio also from Hobby Lobby. These are stickers from the collection, and I've used dimensional adhesive behind the title sticker here to kind of raise it up a little, and then cut more flowers here on the sides. And on the edges of the flaps, I've used the same dies that I used in Mon Amour. So it's the Spellbinders Card Creator Scalloped Borders 2 dies, and I've used 2 different dies from this set. And then this top flap is magnetized and opens up. And I've got one of the stickers from the sticker sheet on the gold specialty paper, and more cutouts here to the side. And then on this flap I've used another sticker and cut out more of the flowers here. This is a chipboard tag from the collection as a swing tab, and then this flap opens up. More of the flowers here on this flap. And then this is a magnetized swing tab. It's a chipboard tag from the collection, and I've matted it several times here on some of the paper and then cardstock. It swings to the side, and then these 2 smaller flaps open, and then more cutout images here on those flaps. On this box feature down here, this holds a little mini album inside. There's a flap here. It's magnetized. I've cut out one of the stamp images here from the papers. And then this opens, and we've got another cutout flower here. And all of the images throughout the album on the insides of the flaps, I've partially adhered them so that you can tuck a photo slightly behind them so you have more space for your photos. This is a little rosette trim here on the edge of the box feature. And I'm not going to get into the mini album quite yet. We're going to save that till last. We're going to go over to this side of the album. And this is where I modified some of the paper sizes on the outside of this pocket. I wanted to use this postcard image, so I cut that out, and then I pieced 2 pieces of the pattern papers around it. In the original Mon Amour, the paper dimensions were a little bit different. But I will go over that in the video that I'm going to put in the video folder for the tutorial. This is a chipboard tag from the collection and another sticker here that I've raised up with dimensional adhesive. And then this chipboard tag, the hole for the tag is at the top of the tag, but I wanted it on the side, so I punched a hole here on the side, used an antique gold brad, and this is on the photo mat that slides in that pocket. So more cutout flower images there, and then on the back. And I've used the ivory cardstock on the back of the photo mat, but you could use pattern paper instead if you don't want to use a plain cardstock. Sometimes I like to have just a place for your eyes to rest where it's not all pattern paper, so whatever you want to do there. And then this pocket is magnetized and opens, and I've cut out more of the flower images. This is a sticker from the sticker sheet, and as a swing tab here, and then this flap opens, and then more of the cutouts here and here. Used a little border sticker from the sticker sheet in the collection between these 2 features. And this bottom one, I've used a sticker from the sticker sheet and then a smaller sticker over the top of it. And again, you can slide a photo partially behind that, and then cut out some more flowers. And this sticker is multiple layers here. It's magnetized, little swing tab. And then these flaps, they all have the ivory cardstock on the inside of the flaps, but again, you could use the pattern papers if you like. And then I just cut out some of the images here on the insides. So now we'll take a look at this mini album. And I've used an elastic band here to help hold this mini album in the box feature. So we'll slide this out, and I'm going to set the main album aside while we look at this. What I really like about this little mini album, if you're wanting to make a quick gift for somebody, this little album works up in about 2.5 to 3 hours, and still gives a lot of space for photos. It would make a really nice quick gift for someone. So I've used a tan velvet paper here on the spine, and I've also embossed that, and more of that tan velvet ribbon here on the front and back. These are images from the signature sheet in the collection, and a little sticker here from the sticker sheet. On the back, I've used a sticker here and then cut out a couple of flowers. Used a dotted ribbon here. It almost matches the trim that I used on the other feature inside the album. And then on the inside, we have two box features on either side of this mini album. So I've got some cutouts here and here. This is an image cut from one of the papers and made a little flap out of it. It's magnetized. And the flaps on the inside of this mini album are sized for these images. They're slightly different size from the Mon Amour album. So you have to adjust for that if you want to use those. And then I've cut out a flower here on the inside. And then on each side there's a little pull out here. I'm going to set this aside. So these are double layers of cardstock and then the papers. They're very thick so that they won't fall apart over time. And I've got the clock and flower image here. Then we open this up. I've cut out another one of those stamp images and some flowers, and then used another one of those images that I've cut out as a magnetic flap, and more image cutouts here. And then again I used the ivory cardstock on the inside, and then on the back here another clock image. So then this slides back into the right side, and then we have the same on the left side. And on this one I've used a sticker from the collection. You can see that about a third of it is adhered down so that you can slide something behind. More flower images. On the inside I've cut out another one of those stamp images and some flowers, and then used another image for the magnetic flap, and then more of that ivory cardstock. And then the back, another clock image. And then this slides back in on the left side. And then we will tie this back together. So it was really fun working with this collection. Again, like I said, it's really one of my all-time favorites. And I love that a 12 by 12 collector's edition pack worked for this album, which means you could really use any of the 12 by 12 collector's edition packs with this, and you would have enough of the supplies inside to recreate this. So if you're interested in that tutorial, there is a link to it in the remarks section of this video. And like I said, just keep in mind that it is the Mon Amour tutorial that you would be looking for, and then there is going to be an extra file inside of the video folder that has the finished photos of this album so that you can compare which papers I used for each step of the tutorial. And then also a short video in there where I'll go over some of the changes that I made to accommodate this collection. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.